There's a taxi rank here, so they all go stretching back along there. There's also another one just by the hotel. I wonder if they're differently priced if you get them there. It's an interesting thought, isn't it? Because they tend to stop at the thing where it says taxi. Maybe it. Oh, he's just going forward. I think he just got a client. Oh, a magpie, just like Warsaw. That's part of your UB is University of Barcelona, I think. This is actually part of the chemical division. Facultad de Farmacia is down there. That's all very nice. So I'm going to go for, well, basically I've just packed my bag, but I'm going for a walk because I've got quite a late flight, so hopefully I can make something more of today before needing to disappear from Barcelona. Didn't get much of the city on the film for you this time, but anyway, get a little bit more before we finish. So I now checked out of this wonderful, yeah, it is a pretty good hotel actually. I can recommend Princesa Sofia. There we are. Be careful I don't point the camera at the sun. It's me now with my other camera here. One way or another I'll get some photos and some films over the next, well, they said it's now 12:30. I had some emailing to do and some calls to make and take, quite apart from buying the other suitcase. So that put me to 12:30 now on the clock, because that's obviously one of my, I've got 2.2. It'd be nice to get a nice healthy. It's now the 4th, and so far to this month I've got an average of 9 and 4.9 on the other day. So it's 8.7, 9.3 and 4.9, making a total of 22.9, which if you divide that by 3 is a bit over 7. It's about 7.2, isn't it? 7.25 or something. So obviously to keep that average up, I'd like to make sure that I got a decent score for today. Well, usually going through the airports, that'll be a couple of kilometres. So if I did nothing more than the 2.2 I've got on now, plus the maybe another 2.8 is probably even conservative, because you do walk quite a bit in Frankfurt. But that would give me 5. That's obviously not enough. I'd rather get it up to an average of 8 for the period. That means I need to do at least 9 and a bit, 9.5 today, and in order to get there. So and clearly 7.7 is my, on a normal day, even when I've got really full office sitting day, I like to try to do 7.7 if I can. And on a nice day like this with nice weather in an interesting city with nice architecture, it would be an awful pity if my daily total couldn't get well over 10 actually. So here I am. Now I've got to be at the airport so that my flight takes off at 16:35. Might as well do it this way then, mightn't I? So I've got 16:35 is when the sun is. Yeah, that'll do. 16:35 is what I've got to work back from. I should be there at least an hour and a half before, really. You never know what you might get. I booked in business class for the reason I said at the beginning of the thingy. I'm using my air miles, and they usually make it so that you don't get to use your air miles unless you use business class. They have ways of doing that. So I didn't pay for business class or anything. I just had to use it in order to use my miles. But okay. You know, they're not obliged to have miles systems, are they? So, you know, but at least you know what you're going to be probably getting if you go onto a miles program. If you watch my channel and you see what I mention from time to time about it. There's that interesting TV tower up there between the buildings. There you go. Seen that on my previous Barcelona thing a couple of times. It's going to get rather hot, isn't it? But I still had to have my jacket. It's got all my documents and things in it. I just didn't feel like leaving it inside. The other thing, now I'm slightly regretting it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll take it off and just hang it over my back or something. It's a little bit, you got to watch yourself in Barcelona, you know, it's rather a thiefy kind of place. So they say, and so I've experienced in the past. On that trip, nothing in the first time I went there, was nothing untoward, but in the second one, which was the one that was the subject of my previous Barcelona series, a colleague had her laptop pinched by somebody who sat down next to her with the laptop bag, a generic looking one with just a book in it, and took away her actual laptop. Did the switch, you know. So there's people that wander around this city on foot, no doubt, and sort of work out if somebody's sitting there taking a phone call and next to them is a bag similar to the one they've got, you know, if the one they've got is just got nothing of value in it, then they can swap it and hope that they get a laptop out of the deal. Well, that's what happened. And also what happened, as I think I've explained, was that I lost, you know, somebody obviously did my credit card as well. 14,000, obviously I got it back, but still not nice. 14,000 zlotys went that time in jewellery to some jeweller's shop here. So there we are. Got to watch yourself, but nevertheless, if I have to, I'll remove my jacket. Maybe I'll get a bag from some shop and put it inside the bag. That might make it easier to avoid somebody just taking something from the pocket. Obviously I could still be mugged, but that's not the sort of thing they specialise in. They specialise in stealth. So yeah. That means effectively going back to the calculation that I was about to do. I don't want to keep this on for too long, but just to set the scene for what's going to happen later today. I'm basically, I've got to be at the airport at 1.5 hours before 4:30, 3 o'clock. They said give me half an hour to get there. That's means getting there at getting back to the hotel at 2:30, doesn't it? So therefore it's now 12:30. That gives me 2 hours, but there aren't 2 hours worth of films and shots left to make. I was planning originally to go into La Sagrada Familia, and they said, oh, you don't want to be queuing up for tickets when you get there. You have to do it all online. But the thing was so ruddy complicated. I tried to do it from the business centre. First of all, the business, because I can't print from the room, so if they gave me a ticket and said print that, what am I going to do? And so I tried to do it in the business centre. Their computer was so virused up that I could barely use it, because every time I tried to turn on a screen on that ticket thing, a bunch of pop-up adverts kept on popping up. And which is what their name suggests they do. Maybe I should see if I can get about getting some bus or tram tickets. I don't know. That might be the way to go. I just don't know the transport system. Number 33 goes from here. I can go along that way. I just don't know how to buy it though. That's the thing about that. And where really to get off. The computer said that number 33 is the right one to take along to that kind of place where it is. Can't tell an awful lot from this. Whether I actually ever get to see it is another matter, but going inside is obviously not an option. Going around outside it might be an option.